Two men with thought-provoking intellect, a rousing discussion with a hint of humor. He says this, I say that, with a host that...
Bruh, it's a podcast.
Hi, I would like to welcome you all to the latest episode of Bruh, It's a Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney. We got our two Sons of the Year Q&E with us. I know you guys did big things for Mother's Day. How are you guys doing today?
Yo, what up? Mom's is good, man. We celebrated it nice, quarantine style. A little low-key, but she knows she's loved. I don't know if I'm Son of the Year, but I'll take it from somebody. Thanks, Court.
Yeah, Mom is more of a techie than I am, so, sent her over some Amazon tech stuff, and she was happy.
Yeah, being more of a techie than you is not hard to do. So
yeah, that's fair.
So shout out to your mom. Shout out to your mom.
Yeah, no, shout out to all moms. I had a real low key one too. Did a little walking, a little cooking, something like.
Nice. What you cook, man?
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
He's thinking of a lie. He's thinking of a lie.
Nah, I threw it down. Actually, I had chocolate chip waffles. Shout out to my sister. She had like some eggs. She had this like gourmet chicken and sweet Thai noodle dish. It was a whole thing.
But what did you make?
Wow.
You didn't say what you made yet.
Yeah, you didn't say what you made. Bro.
All right, so moving on to the next topic.
What a fraud, yo. What a fraud.
My God.
I wasn't expecting you guys to ask the follow-up question. I thought we were just going to stop at the first one.
Clearly, you're not Son of the Year.
Notice I only called you guys that, right? I just rode on the coattails of my sister through like the whole holiday.
You're the ideal brother. What a fraud, yo. Bring the first question. Get over this.
Yeah, man. You're killing us today.
So I wanted to ask you guys about the Earl Thomas situation that popped up in the news. Earl Thomas, not former.
No, he still plays with the Ravens.
Yeah, he still
strong
plays.
safety.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell him what happened with the story.
So the backstory is Earl Thomas had gone out. He was with another female, and it seems that his wife had caught him at a certain location he was not supposed to be at. And she and another friend of hers had found him and basically were pointing a loaded gun at him after she had found out what was going on.
You didn't give the full story, man. Come on, man. You're making me feel like TMZ. Now, this is all alleged, people.
Okay,
all alleged.
Yes.
I'm a strong believer in innocent until proven guilty. This is all alleged. Earl Thomas got in a fight with his wife, and then he left her. And then, just to go relax, quote unquote, relax. Mm-hmm. Apparently, she chased him down based on his Snapchat story and found him in his brother's house in bed with multiple females and his brother.
Bruh.
She went there with her friends and, of course, pointed a loaded gun to his head. Now, that is the alleged story. When I first heard this story, my first reaction was, yo, this guy must really be close with his family. Because I would not be caught in any circumstance like that, especially with my brother at the same time.
Yeah.
Their family reunions are really close-knit.
Yeah, no, that's true. Shout out to brothers around the world.
I'm not shouting that out. You on your own. But
no, not to support what he did. Just brothers having our backs.
No, sir. You're on your own yet again. What I'm saying is that was completely weird. But another thought is, when is it okay to put a loaded gun to your spouse's head? Can we imagine if this story was reversed? There's a lot of fathers taking care of children that ain't theirs. So when is it okay to point a loaded gun to your spouse's head?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, well, Earl's first mistake was, if you're going to be in the game after you get married, it can't be no Puerto Rican woman because they don't play. He never had a chance. Them Puerto Rican women will cut and shoot and do whatever to you. And he knew it when he married her.
This will not make the cut.
So what he did, he knew he was messing up first, playing around on a Puerto Rican woman. That's literally like playing Russian roulette with a gun that only has one chamber in it. You know she gonna get you. So that was his first mistake, playing with a Puerto Rican woman. That was number one.
How many countries can Q get in one hot take?
That was his first mistake, bruh. So you mess around on the Puerto Rican chick, you know she fired up, so you know you're in trouble. He was lucky to escape with his life because she didn't have a clip in the gun. She thought she was just going to scare him, but it was one in the chamber. The whole brother thing, being in the bed with the women and the brother, I don't know what they do, but there's only one package starring in my movies, and that's mine. It don't work with no co-star, and I don't trust the brothers that do that. But that's a whole other topic. So there, I covered the Puerto Rican woman. I covered him being in the game. And you know what? One day we do have to have a discussion about if you are married to a celebrity or a professional athlete, can you have the same expectation of fidelity? Because I don't think you can. We'll table that for another day.
Nah. We can talk about that. So you're saying because you are a celebrity, it's okay for you to...
I didn't say it was okay.
Okay, it sounds like it.
But you're just, all right. So it sounds like
that's what you're implying.
It sounds like Q is talking about like managing expectations. Is that what you mean?
Yes, because first of all, take an NBA player. You're talking about a guy that's between 20. Let's just take from 20 to 23 years old. Somebody that most NBA players have never had money. So now you give them millions of dollars. They've come from the ghetto. Now they're rich. Women are throwing themselves at them that are not the same ones that have the bullet holes and the multiple tattoos from where they came from. How can you expect them to realistically say, no, I got that new wife at home? It's not going to happen.
So
this is just my opinion.
You're on fire tonight. First and foremost, we need to let you meet a gentleman by the name of AC Green. AC Green was able to surpass that logic that you have and hold on to himself throughout his entire NBA career. Shout out to AC Green.
Yeah, literally. He literally held on to himself throughout his NBA career.
Bruh. I don't even know where we're headed anymore.
AC Green was a virgin. I'll give you that. He did that throughout his career, but he looked like a school superintendent. He had an S curl until 1997. It's not a hard stretch to imagine him not getting some.
No, I think we got to give people credit where it's due. Like, one thing that we can't do is like hold superstars up to like a certain image and then not hold them to the same qualifications that we hold like regular men. Like, it's just self-control. You have more money, you have more access, but you have to give respect where it's due when it comes to an upstanding gentleman, no matter how much money they have.
Yeah, shout out to that. I think that people can still be faithful. But also, I even think like it's even almost easier now to be faithful, as crazy as that sounds. Now we have FaceTime. Now we can video chat literally every night. So if you have a spouse who wants to check up on you or anything like that, that can be done even more so now than as simple as before as, oh, I'll call you when I get to the hotel room telephone back in Q's high school days. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different now. But yeah, coming from a male's perspective, yes, it might be harder comes with fame and anything like that. But when you're devoted to somebody, you're devoted. In reality, when you find that one that you love and you are giving her your all, it is what it is.
So Magic Johnson was devoted. He's been devoted to Cookie his entire marriage.
I've actually heard him say, I'm trying to see what's the best words because I've seen a documentary, so I don't want to give a false quote, right? I don't want to give a false quote, but I do recall seeing a documentary where he says they were on and off, and because they were on and off, that's when he might have contracted it and so forth. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
All right. I also want to give a shout out to all Puerto Rican women and say that we love you. Happy Mother's Day. And that was the opinion of one. All right. Moving on.
Oh, my God, bruh. I love the mommies, bruh. You don't see this cut on my arm? I love the mommies,
Tell us how you got the cut, Q.
Never mind. What's the next question?
Tell us how you got the cut.
Don't even worry about how I got the cut, man. I ain't doing that. I'm not messing with you today, man. I'm not messing with you today. Just know I love the mommies, bro. Go ahead, Corey.
and mommy's is not a way to make it better. So,
Te
on to the next
gusta. Te gusta.
I'm going to take our weekly MJ segment to a new twist. I'm going to kind of go outside the box and take it into movies. I wanted to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on Space Jam as a movie? And they had this little piece where they were talking about they did all these like pickup basketball games and they were legendary. And it was when they were filming Space Jam. And it really led to me to believe, is Space Jam a good movie? And will people be mad if this new LeBron version is better?
Well, they'll never say the LeBron James version is better, even if it's better. So that will never be a topic. That'll never be a topic of whether they'll be mad if it's better. Was Space Jam a good movie? Yeah, it was a great movie. I remember it as a kid. Obviously, that's when I watched it. I enjoyed it. You know, I was a Looney Tunes fan too, and everything. So it was cool. And I'm sure this is going to be very controversial. All right, I'm sure a lot of people saying "I Believe I Can Fly" and love the song. It had a great soundtrack to go along with it, and I'm sure people are still singing along with it till this day. So definitely iconic, and definitely something that is one for the ages.
Space Jam was a fantastic movie. When it came out, we were all hoping Mike was going to come back, if I remember right. I think in terms of the new one, it's not often that remakes are better than the original. So it has shoes to fill. We've seen that often where remakes don't live up to the original. Even though there's a lot of different things they can do now and make things look a certain way, it's possible. It's tough to make a remake better than an original. But with this technology, anything is possible. But when that movie came out, it was revolutionary. People flocked to the movies to see it. People still call their bowling teams the Monstars. It was a phenomenon. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
So it's going to be me. All right.
What do you mean it's going to be you?
I got to take. All right. Maybe it's because when I was younger, I wasn't really allowed to watch movies like when they came out. So I may have saw Space Jam a little bit later than
last week.
I didn't. I didn't particularly think Space Jam was like this great movie that it's like been pumped up to be. Like,
well, that's because you watched it at 27. Had you watched it at 7,
gonna make exactly
7, you might have liked it.
But aren't good movies good no matter what?
Well, it's
you've never seen anything.
That's also true.
It's different when it's animation. Once again, animation at that time for that quality was superb. Since you watched it last week, you're like, oh, get out of here.
Don't even feed into him. His favorite movie is Shadas.
What is that movie? Shadas. What is that?
It's a joke.
Ask him, he'll tell you.
It's a joke that's going to go over everyone's head. So getting back to
wait a minute. Is this a homework?
Yeah,
yes.
Look up Shadas.
Yes.
That's his favorite movie.
So, yeah, no, I think with Space Jam, just like the whole concept, it's Michael Jordan playing basketball with Looney Tunes and aliens. And like, even the way that it just like all came to be like a little bit cheesy, a little bit corny, like I get it. But I feel like this movie this new LeBron version is basically gonna have like a real story, like a real plot. It's gonna have like a lot pumped into it because of like the actual pressure to make this movie good. So I think it's actually going to be a good movie. And that Space Jam is just kind of just riding on the waves of Michael Jordan was in something, so we're all just going to ride for it.
Let's just tell the truth.
Oh, boy. So the LeBron version isn't going to have space aliens and monsters, and he's not going to be on the court with them. His is actually going to be a real movie, right?
No. That's not the point. I mean, so you guys are telling me that the story plot of Space Jam was like, it hit you, it captivated you, and it all made sense.
Well, first, a story and a plot are the same thing. Let's just get that across. Second, I was 7, so yes, I enjoyed it.
I was a little older. I wasn't 27 when I watched it, but I was maybe like early mid-teens, maybe.
They let you take a break from your math?
No, I had to sneak away, actually. No, one of the things that keeps popping up on the mystery platform, and I think it also has a little bit to do with a couple bits and pieces of advice that we've provided in the past, is people want to know what are ways to kind of keep the romance during quarantine. You know, nothing, outrageous or specific, but just like, how to kind of keep things like interesting and just like creative and kind of going outside the box.
Hit me with the romantic music.
I knew he was going to say that.
See, in this quarantine time, it's hard to spend time with your loved ones. especially if you are respecting the guidelines. So let's just say, for an example, you don't live with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and you can't spend the quality time that you want to. But there are ways that you can see each other. There are ways that you can even show your love for one another. That's called a Netflix party. You get yourself a nice little movie, you copy the URL, you send it to your girl, and you say, babe, I want to watch a movie with you tonight. Get it done, fellas. They'll appreciate you.
If you're in the house looking at somebody from the time you wake up to 8 o'clock at night, at 8 o'clock at night, you're not going to be aroused. So your best bet, stay in another room all day. And then when you see them later, then it'll be fresh. Because if you're with somebody for 8 hours, you're going to want to push them through a door and close it. I'm just trying to save you the trouble.
Let me translate
Take
for
my
Q.
advice.
Hit me with the romantic music again.
2 times.
Oh, God.
This is Q now, ladies and gentlemen. You have to avoid her. When you hear her footsteps, run downstairs. If she comes towards you, say you have to use the bathroom. Avoid her at all costs. Only to show your love around 9 p.m. at night. Q style.
That's fair.
Okay, so I think that the conclusion, since both of your pieces of advice included a URL link and closing somebody within an enclosed space for a long amount of time, I don't think they should ask us for
No, you
advice
can.
anymore.
There's other ways. There's ways that you can do it. There's a Netflix party. Or if you live far, drop her off a meal. What's so hard about that? Hey, babe, I was thinking about you. I dropped off dinner for you at the door. Still 6 feet apart. There are ways that you can show your care and your love. Or take walks. Make sure she has gloves and a mask and so forth. I'm just trying to keep the people safe.
Some situation that I'm sure you guys aren't too familiar with. There's a musical artist named Tekashi 6ix9ine who went to jail for snitching on his associates or whatever. And I wanted to kind of ask you guys about people doing crime together and then one person being able to kind of sneak out of it, putting it all on his friends, and then they all go to jail, whereas he got to escape and now he gets to be this big famous superstar where all the people that he kind of came up with or that he used are now all in jail for, I think it's about like 20 to 40 years for most of them.
Well, first off, I want to say that I'm offended that you do not know that I'm a Tekashi 6ix9ine fan.
Oh, I'm surprised. Okay.
I'm totally lying. I don't know any of his music at all. Not even a little bit. But to answer your question, from what I heard, they took a shot at his life. I'm saying if they turned on him, isn't it okay to snitch then?
Even if you did everything that the police or whoever is accusing you of?
My mentality is we're going to ride together till the end. If we did it together, we did it together. It is what it is. But once somebody turns on you, I would assume all bets are off.
Snitching is never, ever okay. Ever. Unless you're going to go to jail.
Isn't that the only time you snitch?
Listen, if we robbed a bank tonight, I'm your boy, man. I got your back. But if we get caught and my deal means I'm only going to do 30 days, then yes, I'm telling on you. Because look, but wait, let me explain. Okay?
Before you explain, I just wanted it on the record. This is the only thing I will ever do with Q is a podcast.
You don't understand. If you go to jail, you'd be all right. You know what I mean? You sit in the corner, you'd be fine. I got a big butt. I can't go to jail, bro. Can't do it. Can't do it, man. Can't.
You're heavy set, Q?
Yeah, man. I got a big butt. I don't like talking about it either. But, you know, my great-great-great-grandfather, he was a slave. He had the strong thighs and buttocks, and it's just been passed down generation to generation. So long story short, I can't go to jail.
This is what I can't stand about Q. He loved his big rump when he was posting up people. All of a sudden, now when he has to go to jail, now he doesn't like it. Yo, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, apparently you do because you have a big rump. But you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Nah, man. Somewhere in there's a 6'7" dude that I can't beat. So I ain't trying to go to jail. So no, snitching's not okay. But if it's going to come down to you going to jail, I got to take the deal, man. I got to tell. So yeah,
Right.
I'm snitching.
I mean, he's gonna be a millionaire after all of this, right? But I did the same exact crime as that guy, and it's literally just who beats the first person to the punch in order to tell. Like that just doesn't seem appropriate or right.
No, like I said, if me and you did the crime together, we going to jail together. It is what it is. But if we did the crime together and on the way of leaving the crime, you tried to stab me, you know what I mean? Then I assume our partnership is over.
Like, the deal has changed.
Yeah, I assume, we're not splitting 50-50. Okay, then. So based on that, yeah, while I'm bleeding, he did it. He robbed it. I was forced. That's just my perspective.
The deal rarely goes down 50-50. You know that.
If I'm doing a heist, well, first off, I have no crimes against me, America, so please don't accuse me of anything. That being said, if I'm doing a heist with UQ, I would hope that it's 50-50. But we all know this is hypothetical after I know you ain't doing it.
I have done a bid before, unfortunately.
I didn't know about this. Let us know.
No.
Yes.
You don't have to tell us how you got the bid, but you're speaking from experience about the big butt. Got you.
No, that was nice how you did that, but no. I got pulled over for driving with no insurance, and I got locked up for 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever it was.
Q, you didn't do a bid. That's not what it means to do a bid.
Bruh, I did a nickel, bruh. I did 5 hours.
No, hold on. Courtney, don't try to destroy his street cred.
Yeah, man.
He did a bid.
I did a nickel.
Yeah,
I did a nickel, bruh.
As long as you were behind bars, you did a bid.
Exactly. They took my shoes.
they took my shoes.
I did a nickel, bruh. Did 5 hard hours, man.
If you're in the yard and everybody's like, "Yo, what'd you do?" You're like, "Yo,
first of all, I don't think he had time to go to the yard in 5 hours.
Exactly.
Let's just calm down.
No, it was a holding cell, but you know.
You didn't go to the yard. You didn't have recess. You didn't have to wait. That explains your quarantine cut. You're familiar with getting haircuts while we're locked down. Got you. But Q, I'm not gonna let Courtney destroy your street kid, yo.
There you go. I appreciate that, man.
My man Q, he's done some hard time.
Yo, they cuffed me and pulled my pants down.
Did they
I
really?
did a nickel. Yeah.
For insurance?
Bro, I did it. I was in a white town when I got pulled over, bro. You know how I got out the car, I had sweatpants on and ones or whatever it was. I didn't have a chance, bro.
It was over for you?
They were going to tow my car, but I was with my ex-girlfriend. And they let her drive it away. She was so goofy. She pulling away, running up on the curb. They're like, hey, maybe we should arrest her too. Being an idiot.
One of these days, I'll tell you about my DWB. Driving while black.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. But shout out to my ex-girlfriend, Carlene, who was, or my nickname I have for her, Fatimus Prime. We'll get into that one day.
All right, well, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We'll be back next Thursday. We're also going to let you guys know about our bonus episode once the MJ documentary is complete. Come back next week. Please subscribe, write us a review, leave a voice message on our website, anchor.fm/BIAP. Do the whole socials thing.
Yo, Courtney, you talk too much, man. Hit him with the tunes.
Bruh, bruh. Bruh, bruh, bruh. It's a podcast.